looks really good.
Hi guys. Thanks for coming. We are going to be showing the Beach City Dance Studio hair and makeup look for the 2015 competition season. This is Janet, and she's going to be my model. I'm going to show you what we are wearing for our hair and makeup for every single dance that we do this competition season. So no changing, no quick buns being up and down. So we're just going to be doing that, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So the hair look this year is going to involve a straightening iron. So you guys need to make sure that you have one of these. You can pick them up for like 10 bucks at Walmart. So just make sure you have one because it's really necessary. This is going to be probably the most important tool for our look. It was a big debate between the teachers because, you know, we want to have a cool look that the kids like, because I know that they don't really dig the buns, but it's only when the ponytail can look uniform. So anyway, I'll keep that up. So the look this year is going to be a poof in the front, and it's going to be a ponytail in the back. So that will require you guys to straighten your hair. So the first thing you need to do is just make sure that your hair, it doesn't necessarily have to be clean, it can be a little dirty. Actually, sometimes it is nice when it's a little bit dirty. And you guys need like a rat comb, like to be able to give it some height. So I don't have that with me today, of course. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your child's eyes and you're going to want to make a part going to the back of their hair in the middle of their, so right about there. So going in like a triangle. So go ahead and bend your head forward, Janet. So you can kind of see how I did that coming to a point in the back. So it needs to be about the width of their eyes. That's going to be the front poof. So just make sure you have enough. It doesn't need to be a ton of hair, but make sure you have enough. And now to get the volume that you need to put it back into the pony, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you can take pieces at a time. If you have really fine hair like Janet's and it's really silky, it's kind of harder to work with. You could take like a section at a time and just take the hairspray and the riding comb, and you can do a spray of that, and then just take this, and all you do is you just work it down to the base, and it just pretty much almost like tangles it so that you can have a little bit of height there, and it should just kind of stand up on its own. Now you can do that a couple different times to get the desired height that you want. Both times. Oh my gosh, so much better. Okay, so you can see that there's just a little bit of bad stuff down there, right? Just to kind of give it some height. So I'll take the last piece and I'll just make sure that this has a little bit of texture in it so that I can work with it. And then what you do is you just lightly comb the front of it just to kind of make sure that it's all blended. I'm going to take this whole front section. Short hair would be easier, but I'll take this whole front section, and this is like the part that you guys can kind of work on. So you take it to a point, and then you can either twist it at the back and just kind of pop it up. I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of height. So this is it before pulling it back, and then once I get it where I want it to be, I just kind of push it forward, but it has that like kind of tangle underneath to kind of give it what we need. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it both sides, and this will probably require about 6-7 pins. And then once you get the poof where you want it, just make sure that you guys spray it just to kind of hold it in place. So you have to remember that your child's going to be dancing. So this won't move because the back of this is right here, and this will be tied into the ponytail in the back, okay? So this is the poof, and this is done, is the pony. And this is going to be a mid pony, which is different than a look that we've done before, okay? Mid pony means it's not at the very top, it's not at the base, it's right in the middle of the head. That means that when you're looking at the dancer, you should not be able to see the ponytail. So you want to bring it up and you want to have it, all of this probably sprayed, and or you can use gel if you want, if that makes, I don't really love gel, but it works better for you. Or if you guys feel more comfortable using mousse, that works too. Just kind of get your dancer's hair dirty. On the sides, it's gonna just have tons of product in it. So I'll start taking it up and make sure that it's really clean looking on the sides. More than likely your dancer will need more than one rubber band to secure it, so just make sure that you're really making that tight, and make sure that your hair rubber band matches your hair, so don't use a black one if you're a blonde, okay? So this is the look, just like that, okay? So if you need to, you can redo the poop, you can just make sure that it's just nice and poop-tastic. Now, most important, make sure that this pony is completely straight. Janet's blessed with like really straight hair, but still she needs to run a straight iron through it and make sure that it's completely straight. And a lot of times if you straighten your hair in the morning and the kids are running around outside, it's going to wave. You cannot have it wavy, it has to be straight, because already we're dealing with different lengths, different colors, and this is gonna be the only way that it looks uniform. So run your straight iron through different sections just for time purposes. I'm just gonna do this. And just make sure, especially the underneath part, because that's the part that likes the curl, is completely straight. So go ahead, Janet, and just stand up and turn around so that they can see the pony. So that's it, okay? Let me fix her little poop because it got pulled on the way. And don't be afraid to run a comb through this and just kind of readjust because there was like a little break. All right, there you go, that's the hair. So that's easy enough. Does anybody have any questions about the hair? I don't care the bobby pins, like bend forward, Janet. Like you can't really see them. I just want the poof, I want the look. This looks great, so just make sure your hair is really nice and straight. You know, everybody looks the same, everybody's skin is a different color, and obviously my foundation wouldn't match Janet's, but I'll give you guys hints and tricks and tips to how to tone down some of the makeup because it is kind of bright, but you have to understand what looks silly here looks great on stage. So we don't want your daughters looking like clowns, we want them looking good too. So that's when we choose the makeup, we know kind of what works. This is the Team Blush. Don't get scared. It is very bright, but it does match the lipstick really pretty. We've gone with like a berry look this year because we've been doing maroon and red before, but we thought the berry would look really pretty with the kids. And then our team eyeshadow colors are pretty similar to last year's. They're just tan and a brown. So I'll teach you how to apply that. So more than likely your kid probably won't need any type of powder or foundation, but if you would like to, you can always just put some on them just to make it more of a, you know, complete look. So we're gonna start with Janet. We're gonna start doing, and I'll just show you kind of what I do to keep it on, just from my personal stuff. To keep the eyeshadow on all day, I use a MAC paint pot, and it's kind of like a gummy, like a concealer, and you just sweep it all over the eye, and it just gives it a base to kind of have the eyeshadow stick. These kids sometimes start competing at 8 in the morning, and sometimes they're not done till, you know, 9 at night, and you don't want to have to keep reapplying their stuff. And if you do it right the first time, it just becomes easier, and it's all about trial and error, and I'm not the best with makeup either. The tan one, we're going to use that first. So this tan one right here will be applied all over their eye. So from the eyebrow down, this will be applied. So we'll take this, and it goes all the way to the outer corners and all over the lid. Apply generously. There we go. And since we're using a darker color for the crease, the next color is the darker color, and that only goes into the crease. So you're gonna take a smaller brush and just lightly dip it in. Just make sure that it's not too dark. I always use my hand. And wherever your child's crease naturally is when they open their eye is where you apply the dark. So go ahead and open your eyes, Janet. Close. You guys don't have to, but I like to always highlight their eyebrows. Even as a blonde, I always highlight my eyebrows. Well, not a blonde, but you know what I mean. And just put a little bit in their eyebrows just for stage. It just makes sure, it just kind of brightens their face and kind of completes the look. When they wear so much eye makeup, it's like sometimes their eyebrows, especially for the blondies out there, it just kind of gives them the whole balanced look. I like to put on my eyelashes first before I do eyeliner. You guys can choose to do eyeliner first. We're asking that you guys use liquid eyeliner this year. Eyelash glue Duo works the best. Make sure you guys always buy clear. Don't buy black eyelash glue. Yeah, it's a mess. So the clear dries clear. I always dip some on my hand and then pull the eyelashes away from the cartridge by the lash and just take them off like that. And they'll separate. You have to know which one's right, which one's left. They come like this, and there are different, so make sure you guys know that. Don't be afraid to cut maybe like a 1/4 inch off. We don't want them far on the side of their face. We want them to fit their natural eye, okay? So they should start, you know, a little bit away from the inner of the eye. What I do is I drag my eyelash through the glue and pull it so that I have a nice line of glue on the back of my eyelash like this, and then it makes it easier because there's glue everywhere. So when I'm about to apply this to Janet's left eye, I will slide it on. Here we go. And once you've placed it on, just make sure that it's attached. So I'm going to press the outer corners. You can also take like the back of a brush or something like this. And just make sure it's secured down. So Janet, go ahead and look up. You want to make sure not to glue their eyes together. Sometimes in the corners they can attach to the bottom lashes. Just slowly pull them open and it'll. And the reason why we're having a makeup check is because it's not because it's because, you know, it's not because we don't trust you. It's just we want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable when you guys go to competition. Competition day is already stressful enough knowing how many costumes to bring, what times to report to. Sometimes competitions are behind, sometimes they're way ahead of schedule. The teachers are running around like crazy. Marilyn's always talking to the owners of the competition. So the last thing we want to worry about is, oh my gosh, can you help me with my eyelashes? We would love to, but we can't do 50 sets. So this is it. And if you're a mom that's just really talented with eyelashes, feel free to help. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll go ahead and do the blush. So for those of you with darker skin, tan skin, this blush is going to look great on you. For those of you that are a little bit lighter, like Katie. No, Katie, come here real quick. I'm going to show how to do it on you. If I take a blush brush and I go to apply it on Janet, it's going to look a lot different on Janet than it will on Katie. So it looks gorgeous on her, it looks really bright, but it looks great. Now if I put this on Katie, come here, it might be a little harsh on the side of her face. It's okay. One thing that you can do, I'll leave this side so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys have a bronzer. If some of you guys have a bronzer. If you guys want to apply like a layer of bronzer to your dancer first, just to kind of give them a little bit of a base, like just where the brush or where the makeup should go. And then go ahead and follow with...
Just apply lighter.
Yeah, I mean, you can, definitely. Whatever, you guys just have to kind of practice at it. And then by the time you go on stage, I mean, this won't look bad for stage. So we'll be okay for stage makeup. Okay, go ahead and sit, Katie. So now that the eyelashes have dried, this is the part, the eyeliner, okay? We want a really nice eyeliner line. Don't be afraid to put it on too thick. It doesn't need to be super thin, but it can't cover, you know, half of your dancer's eyelid. So just run it along the top of the eyelash. It should complete the look and kind of seal the look we're going for as far as the eyes. And I extend mine a little bit further, so keep your eye closed and turn. So can you guys see how I kind of pulled that a little bit further? I don't know if you guys can see that, but you guys can come inspect it at the very end. And then I always recommend taking a coat of mascara so that your dancer's eyelashes can match the other ones and just kind of blend in. So if you guys have, you have a scared look on your face. Under eyeliner's not too hard. You guys can do it a couple different ways. You definitely can't do it with liquid. But if you have a dark shadow, I don't even mind if you guys want to take the dark brown. I'll show you how to do that actually, so you guys don't have to buy anything new. You can do it with a pencil. Pencil's really easy. You kind of just take it to the bottom of the lashes and by the time you're doing this, they're gonna have mascara on the bottom too, so you'll be able to blend that in. Or you can take this brush that I did her eyebrows with, this angled brush, and just dip it in the brown because it's dark enough that we used for the crease. And look up, Janet. And last is the lipstick. And the lipstick is bright, and you have to have a lip line. And so if you find a Wet n Wild one, it's totally fine. I actually don't think I have one because I don't really wear lip liner too much that matches, but you guys have to make sure that you line your kids' lips because this will run. Another secret is take some foundation and put it on your lips prior to so that it can kind of stick, okay? You're gonna line your dancer's lips. So this is the look for the year. This is what we want. I mean, I don't even mind if it's a little bit darker than this, but this was just something really quick for me to show you. So the crease is just something that you guys will have to get used to. Janet, can you just close your eyes and look forward so you guys can kind of see what it's supposed to look like? Made these really, really cool things for the staff this year. And these are little aprons that we get to wear at competition with bobby pins, hairspray, lipstick. But this is not so that we can go around and like do your hair and makeup. This is in case of emergencies. I'm like, whoa, Janet, you're about to go on stage. Your hair looks like it's gonna fall. Let me just spray you a little bit more. And I have like my little emergency spray. Just make sure that all of these are pulled back, okay? And this, the most important part is that the ponytail is straight, okay? So if you guys don't have any other questions, that's it.